Hi there, me again. It's been a while since I've made a video, but I'm back, and I'm back with longer hair. So it's already February, and I still haven't posted any videos, so I figured I would just start with this one and kind of tell you guys what I've been doing. Recently, I've been on a couple of road trips. I went to Arizona and photographed a lot of Route 66 along the way, and I think I got some really good photos out of that. I've been posting some of those on Instagram, so head over there and check that out if you want to see some of those photos. But I also went to Austin late last year, and that was a fun trip, a little bit of a shorter trip, but fun nonetheless. So those will both be videos rather soon, I think, this year. But I have been slowly compiling some new gear. I've got a new scanning setup that I've been testing out, and I've got a couple of new cameras that I want to test out and show you guys. And I think I've got some really exciting stuff coming up. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to just kind of revamp my process and show you guys how I do all the steps. So today what we're going to do is we're going to develop some film. I have a backlog of like 35 rolls of film that need to be developed that I've been slowly working through. So we're going to develop a couple of rolls of film, and I'm just going to kind of take you guys along with me and show you how I develop film and archive and store my film. So let's get to it. So let's load up some color negative film. We've got a couple of rolls of Fuji 400 that we're going to roll today, and we have a Patterson tank, which is what I've been using for a long time to develop my film, and it works really well. Once I've gotten the film loaded into the Patterson tank, it's time to heat up the chemistry. So the kit I use is the Cinestill CS41 color developer for my color negative film. And it's a pretty simple process. You just have to heat it up to 102 degrees and you're ready to go. Once the Cinestill chemistry is at the right temperature, it's time to pour it into the Patterson tank and get developing. So the Cinestill kit is really simple to use. The developer only takes about 3.5 to 4 minutes, and the Blix takes 8 minutes, and then you just wash the film and you're done. After the negatives have been washed off, it's time to pull them out of the spools and hang them up to dry. I use this little hanger. I think it's actually meant for like socks and stuff, but it works really well for hanging negatives, especially when you're developing a lot in a big batch. And I usually try to weigh down the ends of the film, that way it doesn't curl up. Once the negatives are hanging out to dry, it's time to just leave them alone for at least 2 hours. Once the negatives are sufficiently dry, I cut them into strips of 6 and put them in these print file sleeves, which work really well. Once the rolls of film are cut and sleeved, it's time to mark the sleeves with a little bit of information so that I can easily pick out which roll is which when I'm going through my archives. I try to be uniform with how I mark my sleeves, that way I can easily find the information I'm looking for. I start by putting the month and year that I took the photos, as well as the event or the location that I was shooting, and the film that I was using. After that, the sleeves are put into binders, and that's where my process has changed a little bit. Oh, hello. We are now at my desk, and here is my binder that I use to keep my most recent negatives. And in the past, what I've been doing is basically just using one binder until I had it pretty much overflowing with negatives, and then I would get a new binder. But what I think I'm going to do moving forward is keep a binder for each year. So what I did was I went and bought a few different binders, just little 1-inch binders, and what I'm going to do is mark each one with the year that I want it to be used for and just kind of sort the negatives into each binder. That way everything's a little bit more spaced out and a little bit more well organized. So let's get to it. So that's about it for how I develop, organize, and archive my photos. It's a pretty simple process, but hopefully you guys found it interesting and kind of fun to watch. But I'm just really excited to go through my entire process and make videos on each step in that process. So next, I plan on making a scanning video where I get to show you guys my new scanning setup that I'm pretty excited about. And after that, I'm going to show you guys how I make contact sheets so that I can look through my archive quickly and at a glance, just so I can use those contact sheets to maybe pick out photos that I want to rescan or add to different bodies of work or things like that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to just kind of make a fun little series and hopefully post some more videos this year. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.